Alright, Happy New Year's everyone! Whether you've been training for a long time or just starting out now, I hope you can achieve all the gains that you want. And especially for the people that are just starting out now, if you are trying to gain weight, I want to give you a little tip because it's a mistake that I've made in the past myself, and I want you to avoid it. So when I tried to bulk in the past, like a few years ago, I never did a serious bulk, but I would always think maybe I should gain some weight, and I would just start stuffing myself, eat to my limit, like from my breakfast, and then just stuff myself throughout the day as much as possible. And as a result, after a few weeks or after a week even, I would be just so sick to my stomach that I would completely avoid food. I would just give mentally up. It's the same with training, if you start training, you have no experience before. If you just start training, then basically if you go hard from the start, you're going to have all this soreness in your muscle, like you're going to be tired, and it's going to be easier to give up. So I would say treat your food as you would your training, with progressive overload. Don't stuff yourself all at once. Rather, keep your meals a bit smaller and eat more often throughout the day. And that way, even if you're a little hungry, it's okay, but just see how you can slowly increase your calories because, it's a long game thing. You can stuff yourself for like a week or two and gain some weight, but it's going to be mostly water weight. And if you give up after that, you're gonna have this huge crash of I don't want to eat any more food, and then you're gonna basically lose the weight again. So I would just say if you're starting out with your bulking journey, make sure to do it slowly and steadily instead of just going balls to the walls, dirty bulk. Because even if you're a hard gainer, I think it's gonna get you the most results in the end. To just slowly adapt to more food. Now, anyway, oh, by the way, yes, full day of eating will be coming the day after tomorrow. I had to mention that as well. So anyway, today I'm gonna do my hamstring training, which is gonna be, well, just like food, just like training, progressive overload. As you might know, if you've been watching my hamstring videos, I have a little bit of an injury in my tendon, but it is getting better slowly. So today I'm going to, just take it a little step further. Last time I used my index fingers to do loads of reps with the Nordic curls. So I did like assisted reps, right? And today what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to put a bit more pressure on the tendon, but instead of doing reps, I'll just do holds because, holds are easier. You don't have to put extra power into your leg. So basically you can just have a steady state of pressure on the tendon, which is good for it to heal. So I'm going to do, or try and do, loads of pinky assisted Nordic curl holds at the bottom, and then see from there. I really don't know what I'm going to do after that, but that's something we'll figure out along the way. Okay, so I'm warming up very slowly here because, I'm injured. And by warming up very slowly, I can have a lot of blood in my muscles before I get to the main stuff, which will prevent injury, if I'm nice and warm. I mean, I think most of you will know this, but I like to say it because, people tend to not show this on YouTube, like the warm-up, but it's like an important part, Don't skip on it. So, for this training, I have my rest time quite short because for the tendon, to heal it, you have to have a lot of blood flow. So until it's fully healed, I don't care about my performance. I only care about getting a good pump during the training and seeing if I can gradually overload it, gradually put more tension on it compared to last time. As long as I can do that, I'm happy because if I can put a bit more pressure on my tendon again, then it's healing. That's a good sign. And at the same time, if I can get a good pump, I know also the healing process will again be stimulated. So that's what I'm aiming for. So nothing crazy like, oh, the day is going well, I'll do some unassisted Nordic curls. No. Now we have to be patient. And also what I'm doing in between sets is I'm doing some wall sit holds because on the previous leg day, I discovered that my bad knee is actually way worse than I thought. So I'm trying to strengthen the tendon in my knee by doing some isometrics there on the wall. Basically, I'm tackling two problems at once here. You know how they say it, two birds, one stone. Sucks to be the bird though, but it's good for me. So I'm gonna do another warm-up set here, a couple more, and then I'm going to get into the pinky holds. All right, I'm completely warm, and now I'm gonna do the first main set of isometric hold, which is, like I said, with my pinky, I'm gonna assist. It's actually not that much assistance because I'm not one of those guys with like trained fingers that provide, like, I can't do push-ups on my pinkies, you know? My pinkies are weak as shit, so it's not gonna be a lot of help, which is a good thing, you know? If this doesn't hurt, that means we're getting closer back to base. I mean, sometimes I still feel the tendon, but it's not getting worse now, you know? It's actually getting better, and that's, you know, the way we want to go. So now, let's just do a couple of sets. I think I'm gonna aim for like 10 seconds if possible. To be honest, I don't know what to expect here, since I haven't done this in a while. But yeah, ain't nothing to it but to do it, like they say. Alright, 10 seconds is not possible. I did like 7 seconds, I guess. 6, 7. But this also means that we have a goal to aim for, because these holds did not hurt me. This hold didn't hurt me, which is positive. It's the most I can ask for. And basically, because it does not hurt, I now have like a base 6 seconds that I can try and surpass next time I do this, which is very good, you know. If you have like these small little goals you can aim for during an injury or during a training, like working towards a big goal, you know, if you have these small little goals in between that you can work towards without overexerting yourself, without hurting yourself, that's perfect, because all those little small goals are gonna get you where you wanna be in the end. So I'm very happy with this set. You know, only 6 seconds, but we can aim for 10 in the future. Alright, I think this was 3 sets of 7 seconds. And actually, I haven't decided yet on what the next exercise will be. So I'm gonna think about that, and then I'll see you on the next set. Okay, I decided on one more controlled max out set, not of a hold, but finger assisted reps. And I put my clock in front of me so that I can control the negative. I'm gonna do a 3-second negative and then just explode up, go back down in 3 seconds, and do this until I basically can't anymore. And this will give me, for next time, a good sense of if I have improved or not, because next time I will be able to do this set as well and then see if I am better than today. Plus, it's gonna be a good one for endurance, you know. If my final goal is 20 Nordics, I'm gonna need some endurance. So lots of benefits to these sets for me personally. So it's gonna be a good one. All right, that went way worse than expected. I lost count, which is a good thing, because then I'm not like with a limit in my mind. But yeah, I'll check the reps and then be sure to beat it next time. Okay, so I'm sitting on my ass here to do some hamstring leg curls, but obviously I don't have the machine that you would see at the gym. So what I did instead is I wrapped my bands around the pull-up bar and I'm gonna hook them at my heel so that I can curl them, you know. They will extend, they will provide pressure, tension on my hamstring, on my tendons. The purpose of this exercise is to get a good pump, like an insane pump, because that's really what it's good for. So I'm going to go for high reps and I'm going to try and control them. Actually, like the previous set where I did like the controlled maximum set, it gave me a really good pump. So I guess I'm just going to do the same style and then see how far I can go. Do this for a couple of sets. And then also, I will do some isometrics at the end of the training. And this is all just to get a good pump, to get, blood flowing in the area and to treat my injury. All right, so I did a couple of sets of the leg curls. I did a couple of sets of the isometric holds with like the weight on my pelvis. And what's really good about these exercises, especially the last ones, is that I'm able to go hard without hurting myself. I mean, I feel my tendon a bit on the leg curls, but the most important part is that I don't feel them the day after. So even though I'm injured, there are ways that I found that I can still train hard. And because I'm able to train hard, I'm not really losing my strength. In fact, with the isometric holds for the Nordic curl, with my pinky, you saw I got 6 seconds, but it didn't hurt. And I'm able to find areas where I can improve myself. So by the time my injury is healed, I'm actually stronger in some areas. And I think when you're injured, that's like a really important thing to do. Unless the injury is like really bad and you have like something broken, then of course you can't do these things. But if you have like a little nagging injury, for example, on planche, your forearms hurt, or for front lever, you sometimes get like pain in your back. I mean, if you can find a way to avoid those little pains and aches, and you like find new stuff to work on, you like to fill up your weak spots basically while you're working on your injury, then it's not like a waste of time, right? Like you're you're filling up your holes, you're getting stronger in other areas, and when you can go like back to your original training, I mean you're gonna be stronger than ever. So like that's really like a way to keep motivated, I believe, during injuries, because oftentimes injuries are hard, right? Like you can't train the way you want, so you're feeling like you're not making any progress. But sometimes you just have to like widen up your view, like you can't see if you look at the tree, you can't see the forest or something like that. Like if you just step away and you see, oh, there are other areas to improve, that will also get me towards my goal, and I feel like it's going to be much easier to continue. And back to like the thing I was saying for people starting out, for them it's the same thing. Just find lots of little things that you can improve upon, because the improvement is what's addicting. Or at least that's my case. Maybe this is not for everyone, but I don't really get excited to train for a physique necessarily. I like to train for strength. I like to see like, oh, I can do more push-ups, I can do more pull-ups. That motivates me. And then, when I do that for a while and I look in the mirror, I can see, hey, my bicep has gotten bigger, my legs have gotten bigger. Like, for example, my legs especially, because I started only training them seriously like a year ago now, I guess. So they're like behind still. They're not like, I don't have elite legs, but I just focused on getting stronger, and that's what made it fun for me. And then when I now look at my legs, like sometimes, oh, like they've gotten bigger. And that's, sometimes you take a step back and then you can see you're improving your physique as well. Because I think most people, like, they start training because they want the physique, and that's a good goal. But like building a physique takes time. Building strength takes way less time. You can do one training, do some push-ups, and be stronger the next training. So gaining strength is very easy. It's very easy to get addicted to the training if you focus on it. And then that's gonna make you continue. That's gonna make you stay consistent and give you physique goals in the end. So yeah, that I just would like to say to people starting out in this new year with training, because it's like, in January, the whole new me, new meeting, new year, new meeting, which I think is completely fine. Whatever drives you to get started with anything, I'm all for it. But yeah, I wish you good luck in the new year. And now am I gonna have some food? Like, I ate so much. For me, it's Christmas, right? So yesterday it was Christmas Eve. I ate so much food at the dinner table. I'm still not hungry, and it's already past 1 p.m. So I don't know if I'll have food necessarily after this training. But it's Christmas today. I'm having a family party again, so I'll definitely have a lot of food then. Anyway, tomorrow we have normally a push day, but it might be something different. So we'll see tomorrow. And the full day of eating will be on Friday.